What's going on, guys? My name is Peyton, and today we're going to be talking about the law of magnification, the snowball effect, selective attention, and how it's going to raise your frequency. Okay, so let's begin with the snowball effect, and how does it tie in to the law of magnification? Think of the snowball as your base emotional state. We're going to use a negative emotion, for example, anger. And have you ever noticed that when one thing makes you angry, maybe it's somewhat of a big deal in your day, but if one thing makes you angry, it kind of shifts your day, and now everything is pissing you off, right? It's not just the thing that happened in the first place. Now it's everything. That is just a projection of yourself. This is because everything outside of you is just a mirrored version of your inner state. When you change the way you look at life, life looks different, right? That's why two people can have the same experience and leave with completely different emotional states, different reactions, different opinions, because those two people aren't going to have the same mindset. The snowball effect comes in when that emotion is magnified, a bigger snowball, more intense emotions. So this brings me to selective attention and why this is so important. Because when we allow ourselves to be affected emotionally by these situations in our day, that is the universe winning. But then when we're able to detach, that's when it gets interesting, because now we're able to see these situations but not get affected by them, and we're gonna stay in the same mindset for the entire day. And that's like really powerful. Staying in the same, like you're like staying in the pocket, you're like in the slot all day. And the reason this increases your frequency is because now your base emotional state is now gratitude, joy, peace, high frequency, and that's gonna attract more positive experiences. So why did I write it like this? It's just emotion. No. Energy in motion. At its base level, everything is just vibrating. Vibrating. Why did I say it like that? Everything is just vibrating. It's just energy in motion. Everything is just vibration. So the higher your frequency, the higher your vibration. That's why the emotions you feel are so important, because emotion is the language of the subconscious mind. And I'm going to give you an analogy. Imagine life is like a pond, and I'm going to use two different fishermen as an example. The boats that they're in represent their life direction. Bait on the end of their fishing rod represents the emotional energy that they're putting out into the world. They're casting their emotional energy out into the unknown, or life. So our fisherman on the left here, he's putting out joy. His base emotional state is that of joy, and he's putting joy out into the unknown, or into the universe, right? So the bait that our guy on the left here is using is that of joy. That's the emotional energy that he's putting out into life, into the universe, right? So naturally, he is going to be bringing in some joyful experiences, or fish. So the fish that they're catching represents the life experiences that they're bringing in, okay? So when you're in a joyful mindset and have joy as your base emotional state, now you're bringing in joyful fish or joyful experiences. But our guy on the right here, he has a base emotional state of rage. I know, this is hilarious. He's using rage bait, okay? So he is an angry person. He looks at life with an angry frame. So naturally, he is going to be reeling in angry and negative experiences because he looks at the world already angry. So you can see the difference that a simple mindset switch can do, right? Now I'm going to explain how you can get to this point, how you can get like Fisherman A over here, okay? So how are we going to kickstart our frequency? This is essentially a meditation that you do in the morning. And this is the first thing you do every day, so you have nothing that can get in your way or distract you, right? You guys cannot be going on your phones and scrolling as the first thing you do. Like you're like done for the day. Like social media will have your emotions like doing this. From like the moment you wake up, you're cooked for the whole day. Can't have your dopamine that high. Like it's crazy, man. Like the social media CEOs want your signal to be all up and down, up and down. Like they don't want guys like us to be like stable and emotionally present throughout the day, right? So we're fighting back here. So in the morning, we are going to meditate. You sit there, close your eyes. I like to do 5 to 10 minutes, doesn't matter, and fully relax and just clear your mind. Be aware of your thoughts, but clear your mind. Don't be thinking about what's going on at work or assignments. Don't think about anything right now. This is right after you wake up, okay? So we don't need to be doing that yet. Once we're fully relaxed, we're gonna immerse in a mental movie. So we're gonna use our imagination to create a mental movie, and this mental movie should be something that we desire, something that we really, really want. For me, it can be getting 1,000 subscribers, right? Well, I will envision looking at my phone and having 1,000 subscribers. Fully immerse yourself in your imagination and repeat this over and over until it like kind of feels real to you, because your subconscious can't tell the difference between what's real and what's imagined. All it operates on is emotion, because emotion is the language of the subconscious mind. So when we're repeating this mental movie of our desire, we are now generating positive emotions over and over and over and over. And you begin to feel good. You begin to feel like you've actually achieved this desire. And that is what we want. That is what is going to raise our frequency, okay? And once we're done this meditation, once it starts to feel really forced, we're just gonna open our eyes and let go. And that's it. Just let go, forget it, like it never happened. And if you do this before anything else in the morning, you're getting yourself off to an amazing start, because now you're already feeling like you've achieved a desire. You don't actually want the thing, you just want the feeling of having the thing, right? It's the same with money. It's the same with relationships. Money, you don't actually want money, you just want the feeling of being able to provide for others or provide for yourself. You want security. And relationships, you don't want to be with somebody, you want the feeling of like being accepted for who you are, that kind of thing, right? As crazy as it is to say, it's all just feelings and emotions. That's what drives the subconscious mind. So that's how you're slowly but surely going to get into your subconscious, and it's going to change like self-limiting beliefs about yourself. And now you're going to fully believe that you are capable of getting your desire, and you'll align your thoughts and beliefs to that as well. And at the end of the day, this is raising your frequency. So if this video resonated with you, give it a like for the algo, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in the next video. Trust.